Welcome back here to Up North at 4. Melissa Waskiewicz joining us now. Melissa, I've heard plenty of things about you, but the biggest thing, you are our resident cider experts. This is what Jeff has been telling me. You've even got the shirt. Cider is good. You are very passionate about ciders. Where does that all start?
About 8 years ago, I found out I had celiac disease, and as somebody who was an avid beer drinker, I had to come up with
That's heartbreaking.
It was really devastating. And I wanted still to have something that I could drink that didn't have gluten in it, but wasn't high alcohol content either. And somebody suggested I try cider, and I haven't looked back.
8 years later.
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe that ciders are misunderstood, right? They kind of get, the ones I get in the store are very sugary, they're sweet, they have things added to them, but that, in your mind, is not a cider, correct?
That's not a craft cider, and that's what I'm here to talk about today, is what craft ciders are. I mean, those are considered ciders because they have apple in them, but the ones that we're going to talk about today are from fresh pressed apples.
Okay.
Not concentrates, not added sugars, just...
So to be called a cider, it has to be from apples.
Yes.
There can be flavored apples, so like peach cider, for example.
You can add peach to it.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
if you so choose to. Yes, so one of the ones today has pear added to it, but it's mostly apples.
So then we're going to find that these ciders are not as sweet as the ones you would get at the store.
Correct. These are going to taste more like wine to you than they will like cider.
Okay.
Can we get sampling?
Absolutely.
We're going to do it
Which
right
one do you
now.
want to do first?
All right.
Well, let's first start with the cider farm.
Okay.
This is a cider house based in Madison, and they have been running their cider house now, or their orchard, for about 20 years. They are growing an all organic orchard with over, I don't remember, 3,000 trees now, all in French, English varieties, so that they can capture the taste of those where the original ciders came from.
All right, so
this is a very dry cider, which means...
I was going to say, it looks like white wine.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's most of the ciders that are truly made and fermented out have very low to zero, like 0 grams of sugar to less than 5 grams.
cheers.
Cheers.
So I'm not going to feel guilty
No.
taking a swig, is what you're telling me.
No, and your stomach won't hurt the next day either.
That's delicious. Wow, what a difference.
Yeah.
See, I would, if you told me, like blindfolded and gave this to me, I'd think, that's white wine. There's no way.
It's crisp, but yet it has flavor. Wow, this is good.
It was really exciting to discover the Craftsman has this on tap in Eagle River because it's hard to find cider on tap that's...
The Craftsman in Eagle River. So go there for this. They have this.
Yes, they have this dry, and then they often have their others on. But yeah, so this is what a dry cider using traditional cider apples are.
I'm gonna have some more.
Do I have to like swirl it like a, what do they call them, a sommelier?
You can.
Gotta
They're called
swirl it.
pomaliers in the
Is that
cider
actually
world.
what they call
Yes.
the cider word, a pomalier? I love that.
Yes. Yes.
How, do you know like what the process is to become a
because
certified?
I've been working very hard to try to become through the American Cider Association. I've made it through the first level, so I'm a certified
levels are
cider
there?
professional too.
Oh, okay.
But
Certified cider professional.
Yes.
That job has a lot of drinking involved.
It's a great thing.
Okay.
That sounds like
so
my
we have
type of
3
job.
more samples, correct? Probably take a break first and come back and talk about our 3 more samples.
That's up to you.
What do you think?
I think that's what
Get it
we'll
all in one. All right.
We'll be right back here in Up North 4. We're going to be trying some more ciders on the side of the break. Stick with us. Welcome back here to Up North at 4. Melissa Waskiewicz hanging around here. We're calling her our resident cider expert for a very good reason. Passionate about all things cider. We're sampling some, of course. I feel like would you consider cider a fall drink, or is it a year-round?
Year-round drink.
Okay.
I would definitely call it a year-round drink. It's great at the holidays, but it's great in the fall by the fire, but it's also really nice to, like, when we get to the Seattle, you take it out on the boat with you. It's a nice, easy, refreshing, low alcohol.
Love it.
Like less than 7%, you can take it out in the can and enjoy it.
All right, you're teasing us here. Which one's
Yes.
next?
So next, we're going to go to Island Orchard. Now, they're based in Ellison Bay, Wisconsin. So, so if you're ever out in Door County, definitely go visit them. They have a great tasting room. They have been at this for over 20 years as well. And They grow their apples on their orchard. Are you going to do
Yep.
Okay. On Washington Island, and then they
Okay.
bring them over.
I can smell this one already.
So this one that we're doing, actually, they added hops to it. So this is their Brute Apple, which is this cider, which is their flagship cider, with hops added to it. So a lot more ciders are coming up with ways to incorporate hops into it.
So it's more beer-like, right?
Beer-like even, yes, and to kind of introduce it to beer drinkers, and because a lot of people do like the taste of hops.
Okay, now are these different kinds of apples? This tastes like red apples to me. Is there a difference, or are they all kind of the same?
No, they're all different. And so that's just the fermentation process on this is a little bit different, and then the added hops gives what you're tasting is what is a conceived sweetness.
Oh, okay.
It's not really
It's
sweet.
natural, but it's in the apple. Okay.
Yes. So it's like you just bit into an apple that had some hops with it.
I think I might like this one
I like this
slightly
one too.
more than the other one.
The first one was very dry and crisp.
Yeah.
This one has more of a deep flavor
It's
to
different,
it.
Yes.
Well,
So what I'm curious about, though, Melissa, so we know we were talking about beers earlier. Like, there's different types of beers. Like, you got the lagers, pilsners, IPAs. Is that kind of the same for cider, or is it sort of just everything's a cider, there's just different flavors incorporated?
yeah.
How does that work?
Well, I would say something similar. Like you've got your dry ciders, your medium dry, your sweet, your semi-sweet. So, but not different profiles like a lager or
Okay.
things like that.
Okay.
So it's just different
What do we got here?
sweetness. So this is the Seattle Dry. So the reason I threw Seattle Dry in, even though it's not a Wisconsin cider, is that they are now being distributed widely through the state of Wisconsin.
Is Seattle Dry actually from Seattle?
Yes.
Okay, we learned Canada Dry is not actually made in Canada, which
no.
is
Oh,
surprising.
Nate.
Seattle is a national award-winning cider maker,
What a
and
different taste.
they
I
are
guess
all Pacific Northwest apples, and it's eating apples, which is rare for cider.
Okay.
So it's going to have a little bit of a different taste to it.
It sounds weird to say, I don't know how to explain it, but like when I smell it, it smells warm. Does
Yeah,
that make
I
sense?
get it.
I don't know how to explain it
get
other
it.
than just like
It's reminding you.
All right, about a minute left, Melissa.
Warm.
So which
Yeah.
one is
Okay.
the final one here?
So then the final one that I want to make sure we get to is from Restoration. They are also based in Madison. It is a veteran-owned cider house, and 5% of all of their profits go back to saving the streams of Wisconsin.
Oh, very nice.
And so the one that we're going to try from them is their Normandy pear. They use apples from the driftless region of Wisconsin, and then that's what they have for the base of this, and then they add some Normandy pears to it. So this one's going to actually give you a hint of the sweetness that you're used to.
Look at the color change here, too. Okay.
See, like this looks like apple juice, kind of. That's what I think of.
That's really good.
So it's got the added pear to it, but you're not drinking sugar. It's
I
not
say
candy.
it just like kind of dances
Yeah.
on the back of your tongue.
I don't
This
taste
is
the
really
pear
good.
a lot, but you can tell it's in there.
There's a little something different. I really
think I have a
really like
favorite.
this.
They're so good.
I think you have officially
You're so knowledgeable.
converted me.
Good.
Will you come back, please?
Anytime. And if anybody else wants them, if you can't find them in your local store or on tap, all of them ship in the state of Wisconsin, and Island Orchard and the Cider Farm have cider clubs where you can get different ones sent to you every couple months.
Sounds fantastic. Melissa,
Thank
we
you.
appreciate you stopping by. This is so much fun. We'll
Thank
have you
you.
on again in the future. Take a quick break here and I'll put it there for.